Hello, hello. Um, I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves while I set up the first forest room. We may have another co-host join us at some point during the stream, but we're here to get started, get things done, and all the good stuff. So take it away.
I'm Chantel Gadori, and I'm the author of Until the Last Page, which is coming out later in August.
Yeah, and the cover reveal is next month. So sign up for that. Link is in the description of the video and also currently going along the ticker.
Yay. I think I signed up for the cover reveal.
I can check that and let you know.
Because I'm going to share that ish.
Yeah.
The little like mock covers look enticing, so I'm like, I can't wait.
Yay. Okay. Holly, you go.
And then I'm Holly. You can find me as Holly Davis across the interwebs. I'm the author of A Diamond Bright and Broken, coming out April 2024 with Inimitable Books. Yay. So if you're into YA epic fantasy with a Tangled retelling, a female Flynn writer, sapphic romance, and mages, then you will be interested in my book. You can pre-order it now and get awesome character art that I kind of previewed on my Instagram. And then also I'm the host of the Diversity is Lit book club, where we read one book by a BIPOC author every month and discuss it on my channel, YouTube channel. This month we're reading What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. So if you're interested in supporting BIPOC authors and reading good books, check it out.
Holly's YouTube channel is linked in the description down below. I forgot to separately link Diversity is Lit's website. I will probably do that. And we have our other co-host, Mara. You're on mute.
I'm like, okay. Waiting for the frogs to come out of my voice because it's 6 a.m. here.
Nice.
Hello, I'm Mara Franklin. I have a YouTube channel here on YouTube. Dumb. So I'm a caffeine addicted single mom who sometimes writes words and reads books. And right now I have an aggressive goal to read 75 books this year because I read 4 last year. And I am finally back to writing my novel, The Trophy Wife. So that will be finished this year.
That sounds good. What's the genre of the book or the age category?
Yeah, I think it's just like considered like contemporary.
Yeah.
Because it does have some like romantic moments, but it's not a romance. So
cool.
It's for an adult audience also.
Yes. Yeah.
Like not young adult.
Hopefully with the word wife in it.
Yeah, definitely not. So essentially the premise is reality TV star finds out that the show has been doing things behind her back and she kind of doesn't react well. So
understandable. But also it's reality TV, so I'd be like, that was kind of expected. Like
exactly. Like
they not only lied to the audience, I'm pretty sure they lied to the people on screen.
Oh, 100%. So it just kind of like the idea is like, yeah, it's kind of fun that it like kind of follows this like I think of it like it's Real Housewives meets Heart of Dixie.
Oh, that sounds so good.
That's like really
in my brain it's really great. Right now on paper it's awful.
That's what editing's for.
Yes.
Exactly.
Let me get into this forest room.
The forest room is 3, 6, Victor, 7, Alpha, Hotel, Papa, Sierra Golf. I'm just making sure I didn't make a typo, so that's why I was looking down at the phone.
Yeah, I did confirm it is negative 11 degrees here right now.
Wow. With wind chill or without?
Without, yeah. And then it's supposed to be a high of -4. So yes, I am not leaving my house.
Hearing that just made me feel colder.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
The fact that you're not like still in bed with it being that cold is impressive. Like,
Yes.
I feel like not just I'm not leaving my house, I'm not leaving this bed.
This
Yeah.
got me up. So thank you.
Yeah, this stream got me out of bed as well.
Thank
I'm
you.
also leaving later today, so at some point my mom would have dragged me out of like my warm cozy bed if I hadn't gotten out myself. Kaiko, I do this every single time and I should write it down somewhere so I don't have to ask it next time. Is here in the chat saying looks like the only one. According to StreamYard stats, one other person is viewing, but they might just be lurking. So more the merrier. And why don't we start our first sprint? Unless, are you entering the room, Amara?
I was trying to, but my phone is not letting me enter. Like I've opened up Force, but it's just like refreshing, so or just like frozen. So
Okay, so hopefully it solves itself for the next sprint. But
Yeah.
let's just get
yeah,
it.
we can just get going.
Okay, there the timer. If anyone is lurking and this is your first time watching one of my streams, the typing is built into the timer. It's not because one of us is unmuted. So if you don't like that, you can mute us and then come back when the sprint is over. We do 25-minute sprints always. So there's that. And we're going to put up the ticker. Sprint 104, assuming we don't chat too much in between things. And it ends up being 3 sprints. And okay, in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was the end of our first sprint. Don't know if you can hear my mom reassuring my dog that she's coming with us on our trip today.
So cute. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, let me go grab her actually, because the only thing cuter than talking about my dog is seeing her.
Yes.
Especially because she got groomed last week.
We need a Riley cameo. So cute.
The adoring public wants to see you.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
Riley. Hello. Oh.
She's a very smart cookie, but she never figured out that people are in my computer and like can see her. Otherwise, she'd never leave me alone. But I think she's become more accustomed to. Sometimes Zara just plops me on her lap.
Yeah, she's all well groomed. Her paws are so cute. She has
Yeah.
fluffy paws.
Yeah. How did everyone do?
I am happy with my productivity. I made coffee. I started a vlog clip, and then I actually opened Scrivener. So I got it all set up recently. It is confusing, but I spent all of last year thinking about my book, but not really writing anything. And then I was in the car maybe a week ago, and it was like, oh my God, I know what's wrong. And I had to like send a voice, like a audio message to my friend because I was driving and I was like, I don't want to forget this.
I love
And I realized
epiphanies.
that just like one thing that wasn't working was timing and like too many things happening in one day and needing to split it up. And then it was like, once that happened, then it was like, oh, I also realized the bigger issue is this. And so what I've done this morning and I'm almost done with is, well, I previously printed everything out and just kind of like read through what I'd previously written because it's not much. And I was able to make notes. And now I'm going through and just copying everything into its own little folder so I can save those words because some of them I'm keeping, some of them I'm not. And then just like writing down the notes and then moving them. So that way I kind of am starting over without losing everything, if that makes sense.
Nice. It's a good system.
I don't understand Scrivener, so I'm making it up as I go.
If you have any questions, you can ask me. This month I wanted to do a live stream and like show people how to just set it up for the first time, which is why I had you do that clip.
Did you get those?
I did get the clip.
Okay.
Yeah. Things with the publishing company were like, you don't have time to do that. You're going to have to like wait. So maybe I'll like do it in March or something like right before I don't want to like say the organization's name because they had some stuff, but like when people try and write 50K in a month, or because it's April, you can set your own goal.
Yeah, that thing.
How did you do, Chantal?
I've just been going through my edits. Productivity, it's slow. I think it's just also because I'm still recovering from a really bad cold. So my brain is just really in a fog. But I'm just looking for things and trying to make sure that it's as clean as possible before I send it back to you. So
thank you.
Well, thankfully, I finally finished the bonus chapter for Zara and sent that last night. And it's like had been a little bit of a struggle, but finally got that done.
I liked it. I just read it during this sprint.
Oh, yay. There were some things I was thinking of after I sent it to you. I was like, oh, wait, I should add this. Oh, and I need to add this. I kept thinking because it was kind of like a first draft that I just sent you.
Okay, so are you gonna send a slightly expanded version because you want to add changes?
Yeah, maybe I can like message you the two things that I was thinking of adding.
Okay, yeah.
Just that I thought afterwards, okay, I'll do that. That's what my brain thinks of. But then also, so then I started working back on the outline for the sequel. So I'm going through and updating everyone's like the GMC, their goal, motivation, conflict, and then their PWN, problem, want, and need, because I'm like, it should hopefully be different now.
I don't think I've ever heard PWN. That's cool.
Yeah, I think, where did I get PWN from? I feel like it was, is that Save the Cat or no? Problem, want, need. Let me see.
If it's from Save the Cat, I don't think I've
Oh, it
ever
is.
heard it just
Yeah.
like with the letters.
Yeah,
I think
maybe that's
why. I was like, what's
maybe
this?
that's
What's
why,
this new
yeah.
system?
Because the goal, motivation, conflict is like, they say that's like GMC. And who is that from? I'm trying to think, because I got that a lot when I first started writing in like 2015. So,
Well, there's a book called
Go wait a minute. I was
GMC,
like, oh, I
The
didn't
Building
realize
Blocks of Good Fiction.
I didn't realize there's a book about it. Yeah. But yeah,
I don't know where
so
you specifically got it from.
yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I did for this sprint.
Aside from reading the bonus scene from Holly, I did everything else that needed to basically be done so that I can work on formatting / like doing line editing for Holly's book for the rest of the sprints. Involved in that was like packing for my trip later today. It's a short trip, so there's not a lot to pack, but it still had to be done. And then I wrapped my uncle's birthday gifts. So,
Aw, that's so fun.
yeah. The forest room code is up. It is Hotel Whiskey Hotel, Zulu Romeo Charlie Sierra Golf. If people want to enter. But I think in like a minute or two, we'll just start the next sprint, regardless if other people are in the room or not, aside from Holly.
I'm here. I was like, oh, there's a new tree too. I want that tree, that pink one.
Yeah. Yeah. I always unlock the newest trees once they come because I'd been using the app for like maybe 2 years before the pandemic. So I had a lot of coins saved up. And then during the pandemic, they're like, we're going to come out with the new tree every month for the year of, I think, 2021 is what they had done it in. Or maybe it was 2022. And then once I started streaming and using the app, I was like getting even more focus time. And then I use it as a way to like, don't touch your phone when you're trying to go to sleep.
That's true.
So I just rack up the coins very quickly to be able to unlock the new trees as they come out.
Nice. Yeah, there was like a period where I like stopped using it, and I'm like, I need to. Now I'm back on the forest train.
Yeah.
So, it's very early, so my brain, I realized why it wasn't opening earlier. That's because I've never used it on my phone that I got like over the summer. So when I opened it, it was just like on the first screen and you have to like swipe, and hit go to actually enter the app. I thought it was just like in the app and it just wasn't opening.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not smart this morning. Anyways, how do I find the forest rooms though? Because now it's open, but I don't.
Okay, so there should be like a flame.
There is a flame.
So you tap that and you should turn off deep focus mode so that you don't accidentally kill the tree for everyone.
Okay.
Because the forest app goes through phases where it'll out the person who did it and then other times where it doesn't. And it's just like, I don't know. And then you want to turn on plant together.
Got it.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't even know about this app. I'm literally just learning about this right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, I had no idea. So currently downloading.
Oh, join room. Got it. Okay.
I thought it was just something that like, I don't know. I'm just
No,
here, clearly.
I feel like it went through like a phase where a lot of people were like, oh my God. And I had heard about it when I was in undergrad. And then I kind of forgot about the app. And then the pandemic was like, everyone's using it for productivity. And I was like, cool, I can get back on that. I just have to re-download the app.
Yeah, I've never been able to actually join the rooms during these sprints because I always had to use my phone to log in because I didn't have a good enough computer to be able to actually do this and do other things. It was like you can do one thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah, I sent you I sent those 2 questions before I forgot what they or the 2 things I was maybe going to add.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure. No worries. If it makes you feel any better, and I think it was included in the Down the Well Behind the Book video where Kelly Wright writing as Veronica King. It's on the YouTube channel if you haven't seen it yet. I will warn you, it's like an hour and a half long. Kelly filmed a lot of clips. It was great. Where she was saying oh, I sent in the bonus scene to Zara, and then I thought of a bunch of other things, and I asked Zara if it was too late to add them, and instead Zara was like, I want all of those things, so now I have more writing to do. So there's no worries about being like, oh, I just thought of something. It's not like it's not being sent to the printer tomorrow, where it's like, okay, well now we're
That's
kind of
too
locked
late.
in.
Right.
I have an answer to one of the questions off the bat, and I have to think about the other. So during the sprint, you will get an answer, but it might not be within the first minute of the sprint.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's clearly no rush.
Jessica, I've been using it to track my working hours so I can log them for myself to make sure I'm not overworking myself. Yeah, I use it to try and be a little bit more specific about my time tracking because in my bullet journal, I just do it by the closest 15-minute increment. Because I used to try and do it by can I do a third of the 15-minute increment? So it's a fifth, actual 5 minutes. And then I was like, I'm driving myself crazy. That's not the purpose of my bullet journal. Okay. Mar, are you in? Yep. The moment I asked, you popped up.
I had to it was oh, well, you need to log in. And I'm like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. So then I had to register again because I would be here for an hour trying to figure out passwords. So I was like, I'll just start over.
No worries. Chantal, I'd like to start the next sprint, but in time for the third and fourth ones, you can be ready or you can be like, no, I'll do this for the next time.
I'm figuring it out, so don't wait on me.
Okay. Add timer. And in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. That was the end. Excuse me. That was the end of our second sprint. How did people do?
I'm so excited. So I moved everything around and made my notes. And then I was like, okay, so I've always just kind of gone on my beat sheet, but then I can't because I can't outline a whole book. It just does not work for me. But just going on my beat sheet, I don't have enough structure. So what I kind of do is like outline the next 2 chapters at a time. But everything's been so messy. So I took all my notes and then I only have, I think, 2 scenes to outline and then I'm done. But that means now I have to actually write. So like,
You're
what
like,
else can
darn
I do to
it.
like plan? Because now once I do this, like I have to actually write words, and I'm scared.
It doesn't have to be perfect words, you know.
No, but like what's great about messing this whole thing up, but also only being 8,000 words into it, is that like I'm not so deep that like starting over kind of is bad, or taking that much time. But I've also like I had really great ideas, but then like actually seeing them, I'm like, okay, well this doesn't work here. But now as I was like outlining, I had so many ideas. I was like, oh, well then I can move this here, and then now this other thing that I wanted to do, I just needed to combine it here or move it in this space. Now that I've given myself like opening up more time where things are taking place has made it so I can. It's like the puzzle is coming together in a better way. Now I just have to write it.
I love that though. For me, I outline my books chapter by chapter now. I used to pants and I'm like, I never finished a project that way. And so I quickly was like, I need to outline at some level, but now I outline not as intensely as some people do, but I'll outline and then it's as I'm writing, I'm like, this is taking, I thought this could all be in one chapter, and it turns out that it needs more space to exist. So that's why when people are like, oh, I only have this many chapters left, I'm like, how do you know? Because like I make plans and God laughs, you know, like that saying.
That's hilarious.
I'm now better at like actually sticking normally to the plan of what happens. Like my characters don't necessarily like rebel and are like, no, we're taking this other path or whatever. Because I'm like, no, I know my characters and how they'd react. I just didn't realize they'd take more page space to react. And yeah.
Do you remember when I think it was I was on your stream the first time I was like, okay, so I'm moving the trophy wife from being a script to a book. And I think the first like act is gonna be so easy because I've already wrote this as a script. Yeah, we're over a year later and I'm not okay.
Well, I mean, you also had stuff happening. It's not like you've been writing every single day.
That is true. That is true. And, you know, like I look at it, like I looked at last year and I'm like, I don't understand how I wrote so much more in that time and so much less now. But then I've realized it's because I have more time to do like just lame things like binge watch TV or do like all these other things that I never had time for before. So the whole last year, I just, you know, enjoyed life and now I'm ready to be more productive. So.
Oh, you're saying like, oh, I have time to do lame things and that's just you enjoying life. Like, I don't think that's a good way to frame.
That's true. I do also tend to like, you can also see how my mental health is by how many seasons and weeks of a time. Like if I can watch like all of Grey's Anatomy in 3.5 weeks, I'm not doing well and you should check on me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If I'm binge watching a series like right after it's dropped, it's equal parts. I really want to watch this because I've been waiting for it forever, but also I'm probably trying to avoid something that's causing me stress.
Although limited or short series are so great. I watched the entire first season of Why Women Kill.
I still need to watch that, so no spoilers.
I'm not gonna say anything. The only thing I knew about it was because stupid like I think it was like YouTube Shorts would just like show me like clips, and I was like, well, what is this? It's so good. That's all I will say. It is very good, and you need to watch it and then tell me what you think.
Where is that? Why Women Kill?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
But it has only 10 it is 10 episodes, but they're only 45 minutes long.
Cool.
So even though I should have done a lot of other things yesterday, that was my evening last night.
Is it like is it fiction or is it?
Yes.
It's fiction.
Okay.
So it's fiction. So what I can say without giving out spoilers, because it's like in the description. So it all all of the people that this takes place in all lived in the same house, and it just shows like 3 different time periods. I think it's like 1967 or 8, 1982, I think. No, 84, and then 2019. And it just shows how 3 women deal with infidelity in their relationships.
I think
Ooh.
Jennifer Goodwin is the 60s one.
Yeah, she's the 60s one.
Oh, cool.
Lucy Liu is the 1984. And like
Okay.
she's
I knew she was
amazing.
in it, but I didn't know
wish-
which time.
Like she's like, I wish I could be bold and like amazing. Like I just love I love her so much.
Who's the third one?
I don't remember her name. Like I'd never seen her in anything else before, but she was really good.
There's a Kirby, Allison Tolman, Sadie Calvano.
I don't know the character names, so I can't be like, oh, Lana Paria's in this.
I can look it up actually. I forgot I'm not in the forest.
Does Lana Paria share any scenes with Jennifer Goodwin? Because that would be like a mini Once Upon a Time reunion.
I don't know who that is. Hold on one second.
She played the evil queen. Matthew Daddario. Oh, the Daddario siblings are in the show.
Oh, I can say because I was
Cool.
looking up stuff because I don't know if I'm going to watch season 2 because season 2 is a little different.
Okay.
And the
Maybe
person from
they're
Once Upon a
showing.
Time is in season 2, so not in season 1.
Oh, Jennifer Goodwin's not in season 1.
Hold on one second. Who's Jennifer Goodwin?
She's the 60s one.
Yeah. She's got like
Okay,
short
but
hair,
Lana
right?
Paria might not be in season 1. Okay, got it.
Yes. Whoever, yeah.
Jack Davenport is in this. I'm seeing so many actors
I
who I
have to like
recognize.
look at the IMDb so I can like see their faces because I don't do names. Okay, Jack Davenport is amazing. I love everything about his character, every single thing.
Have you ever watched Smash?
Jennifer Goodwin's in the 1960s one. Okay, Kirby, who plays Taylor Harding, she was in season 1 and she's great.
And
But
she's like the
had
most
never seen
modern
her in
one.
anything else.
She's the most modern one.
Yeah, she's the most. Yeah, so she's the 2019 one.
Okay, I don't know that I've ever seen her in something before.
It's really, really good. And there's this character in the 2019 one who is a writer too. And so like I start out just like, oh my God, I just love him so much. And then as it goes on, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, when this becomes my whole personality, expect lots of messages from me.
Yes, please do, because I need, it's like whenever I find something and I'll like message like if my best friend's seen it, then that's great because we'll send each other, voice messages for 12 hours straight talking about a 1-hour show. But when she hasn't seen it, then I feel so lonely. So please, yes, watch it and then tell me every single thought you have as you're watching it, please.
Great.
These string lights are just Christmas lights that I didn't take down. So when I took down all my Christmas stuff, I just kept these ones up.
But where'd you get them?
My not a boyfriend brought them over to my house, so I don't know where he got them.
Great. I just wanted to make sure that the question didn't get lost.
I would guess that he got them on Walmart, but they're just like regular white, like Christmas tree lights.
Multicolored, yeah.
Yeah. But he brought over like because he knew I was like, I want lights to throw up all over my house. And so he just like shows up one day and he's like, I brought you lights for my garage. And none of them like matched at all. And I was like, I'm so happy. And like multicolored ones over here and like all blue and all red and like it was so weird. It
For
made
a second, I thought you were going to say, I appreciate the effort, but I need them to match. But the fact that you're like, no, I loved it. I love that even more for
Have
you.
you met me? Like nothing. The fact that I have 2 socks that are matching today is like I'm winning. Okay.
But like, here's the thing: is that I think someone's capability to have like matching stuff and their shit together doesn't match necessarily what they aspire to. And sometimes it's like, yeah, I have it together in this one little area, and like that's a win. And other times it's just like, so I'm not judging the amount of like the reality versus like, yeah, someone could really want things to match and they just have to live with the fact that they don't.
Yeah, my best friend is like that. Like it's very funny to watch her because she has ADHD, but we're also 99% sure, and she's going through the diagnosis. We think she has OCD as well. So those 2 things
Suck.
It's a wild ride. Like living life with her as my bestie is like the great. Like one day she'll be like just thoughts everywhere, but then also panicking because something's not even.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have OCD. I have other things with my ADHD, and it'll be like a Venn diagram of like, here are symptoms that are shared by like all 3 of your things or your 3 big things. I'm like, oh, so I have like no chance of beating this. Like I can cope with it, but like I don't really have a chance of beating this because I have it 3 times over, this like symptom or whatever. And that symptom is normally brain fogs, which is why I have like a million systems to be like, don't forget this.
Don't forget.
Okay, let's share the forest room code.
I can't believe that I made it all the way to 7:23 before they woke up.
Love that for you.
He also popped in and he was trying to say hello to you, Zara.
Aww.
I saw that. I did not hear that, but
That's because I muted it.
Yeah, I know.
Hi. So funny.
Okay, forest room code. Chantel, were you logged
No,
in?
I'm
and
gonna
stuff?
do it next time.
Okay, no worries. I was like, do you need me to go over how to do it again?
I am Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Hi.
I'm like, you've seen that many, many, many times, you guys. Like, this
Yeah.
is not new. You pop your little faces on the live stream every single time, but still felt the need to introduce
So
himself
cute.
to you.
It's cute.
I mean, I have new guests every time Amara, or not like necessarily new, but like new to
Yeah, this
Amara
is.
and her kids. So
I haven't met her and her kids yet.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they usually try to jump in. Also, as I was, I stopped the screen because Jesse pops his little face in and whispers in my ear. He says, "Tell them to subscribe," because he watches my YouTube count more than I do. Because apparently, if I have less than 1,000 followers, I'm not cool. And so he keeps telling me, "Mom, you need to tell people to subscribe because you won't be cool until you hit 1,000." So when did they get to the age where they no longer find me to be the coolest person on the planet?
I mean, I haven't hit 1,000 on my author channel, which I'm like at 940, and then because I hadn't posted on there for so long, I lost a few, and then I got a few more, so I like re-celebrated hitting 940, I think. And the thing is that like to get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers, but it has to stay that way every month for it to continue, and you also need to have consistently 4,000 views every month. It's not like, oh, you reached this,
Yeah.
and now you're okay. The same way, like it is on Twitch.
No, the 4,000 views was what was like, this is like impossible for me.
Yeah, I was just like, nah, I
you
don't need that. And even if I do reach it, it's not going to be sustained. So it's just gonna, I would like to get the Inimitable books Twitch monetized because I'm not really streaming on my YouTube or personal Twitch channel anymore. Yeah.
And that's not to insult anybody that has less than 1,000. That is literally just his words to me. In fact, as you were talking, he goes, What? More than you do. Like that's so many. You are they're way better than you, Mom. Like this is the conversation that's going on in the background right now. So it's not that anybody that has less than 1,000 is not cool. It's that I, as their mother, am not cool enough.
I mean, out of the
Mm.
mouths of babes, also drunk people, but
Right.
Also, the things we say to our parents, aside from the things that we say to ourselves, are probably meaner than anything we'd say to someone
I
else.
know. Oh, I
Yep.
know.
I would
And
hope. I mean, some people are just sociopaths and don't care. So,
they're just,
but
they're just funny. And well, I'll tell you that. He will be gone in a moment. He's just trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm semi-distracted to be like, look, she can't tell I'm sitting right behind her.
It's too cute.
I mean, you have a camera, you can see.
Yes. Oh, I know. He just
He's not like
9.
Jax, where it's
9.
like you can't see me because I'm not moving.
Right.
We're gonna jump into the next sprint
Yeah.
soon, anyway. So, and by soon I mean like now. So, in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone. that was the end of our third and second to last sprint. Chantel's going to be leaving us. So how did you do?
I did okay. I'm focusing right now on this one particular chapter, and sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes when you're reading back your writing, you're like, wow, I wrote that. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, but I had this one instance of, wow, that actually was not as bad as I remember it being. So,
I love those
Aw,
moments.
I
yeah.
love that. You need those moments to be like, no, I am a good writer. Like,
Yeah.
we get in our heads too much.
I personally, I really do. There are times where I read things back and I'm like, this sounds so juvenile. This just sounds like this is terrible. No one's gonna want to read this book. So at least in this chapter, I'm like, this is maybe someone will like this one.
Aw.
I don't know what chapter you were working on, but I like your story. Otherwise, I wouldn't have signed it.
That's true. It's very true.
Speaking of your story, do you want to remind people of like an event happening on February 20th?
Yeah. So we are having a cover reveal of Until the Last Page on February 20th, which I'm so excited for. And I hope everyone signs up to assist with the reveal. I know that there are links everywhere that's being provided, so I'm sure we'll find them in this video.
Yes.
You can also follow me on Instagram, where I'm a little bit more active there. And I can also have that in the chat if anyone would like to follow me there. I'm notorious for also making a lot of frog prince TikToks. So if you want a giggle or to find out a little bit more about the story, I would love to also share that as well. I realized I never actually gave a summary of what this story is about. You're just hearing me say until the last page, and it probably makes no sense at all. So,
I mean, it is on the website, but Crash Course is like a modern woman falls into a book of fairy tales and needs to help a frog prince in order for him to uphold his end of the bargain of getting her home. And
Yeah.
they may or may not go through multiple familiar fairy tales on their journey.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a
Sounds
fun adventure.
fun. Yeah.
Lots of snark.
A lot of snark. Goodness. You were talking about like how people plan chapters. Originally, when I was writing this book, I did not expect it to be as long as it was because they just kept bantering. And I was like, we have to get to the next part of this. And they just, they
And I cut like none of it. In fact, I think I was like, add a little here.
yeah.
We need a little bit more. Like we kind of jumped a little bit.
Yeah.
I love that.
So thank you for being here, Chantel.
Thanks for allowing me to come, and I'll see you later.
Of course.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone else, we're still here. We have one more sprint to go. So don't leave unless you have to. Let me put up the Forest Room code while my other two co-hosts say how they did.
I just got the kids situated. So Jason's in his room and Jesse is taking over mine. But they're watching different things, so that way we don't have to deal with fighting, screaming in the background. And also, Jason wanted me to tell you, Zara, that he subscribed to both of your channels on his YouTube account because he goes through, like, the little hacker that he is. He has his own emails, which means he's signed into his own YouTube, and he gets so mad if Jesse watches videos on his profile. It's so funny.
He's like, you're messing up my recommended page.
Yeah, but they watch the same stuff. It's so silly. But anyways, he went in to his and he found you and he subscribed to both of yours. And not only did he do it, he wanted the credit for doing it and made sure that I promised to tell you. So I'm doing that so I don't get yelled at later. So
that's great.
That's awesome.
Heather, who is Holly's twin sister, subscribed to you, Amara.
Oh, thank
you. How did you do, Holly?
I did well. So I loved your suggestions, so I implemented those and sent it back to you.
Oh, I haven't opened my. Okay, I was focusing on editing.
No, you're fine. I literally did it like probably like 10 seconds before the end of this sprint. And then I did do before that I did more of the goals and motivations and conflicts of the characters, which was helping me kind of think of some like plot points and stuff. So that was kind of fun. So yeah, it was very productive.
Love that.
Yes.
I formatted more of your book.
Yay.
I think. Okay, yeah. So like it turned into 2 formatted pages, but I think it was like 3 manuscript pages, and I still
Mhm.
have more of this chapter to go. Because I'm not formatting the entire book and then like making tweaks.
Mhm.
I'm making tweaks as I go. Uh, so it's a little bit slower progress than just being like, oh, it's all in the InDesign file, and then I'll just edit it.
Right.
Because I like seeing it in both because they visually look different. So my eyes can be
Mm,
like, oh, I picked something up in one versus the other.
that's smart. Yeah.
Because I used to just completely switch over and then I'd like miss more things than when I keep both open and going. But then, you know, just because I'm one person doing these books, some things still creep through. And I
Mhm.
mean, it happens with bigger publishing houses as well. And then it's like, well, you had 3 different people looking at it. So I feel like you should have caught some of these things. Whereas,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
get a
for
little more
inimitable,
grace.
yeah, for inimitable books, it's like, yeah, do I want the mistakes there? Obviously not. But
No,
it happens.
it
And
happens. Yep.
they can be fixed in like future versions and things like that. So
Exactly.
I don't stress too much about it. Okay, let's do our final sprint. Amara, do you want to get in the room?
No, because my phone is their remote for their Roku, so I will kill all the trees because they are gonna be like, I need something else. So like, yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I need to know
you turned off deep focus mode, so it actually wouldn't kill the trees. But I understand if you're like, I don't want them potentially just quitting the app because I don't know if you would then lose the tree
Mm.
yourself. And then,
Yeah. Because somehow we have 3 Roku remotes for 2 Rokus, and we have 1 remote right now.
sounds about right.
Yep.
Whereas my mom, I think, has 4 remotes for 1 TV,
When I have
all
a
for
different
different
house-
aspects.
For my main TV, the Fire TV that's out here, I have a remote for that one, but it's always like you put batteries in it and it will die within a couple of hours.
Oh my
And so I
gosh.
get like
Yeah,
rechargeable
on
batteries.
it.
Okay, stop. So like I'll get like, you know, rechargeable ones and I'm like, okay, so 9 times out of 10, I'm not even bothering. I just have to use the app on my phone and then it doesn't want to connect. And I'm just like, I just want to watch my TV. I just want to watch TV.
You're like, is that too much to ask?
Right.
Just let me
Okay.
binge my shows, darn it.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that said, final sprint. And in 3, 2, 1, happy productivity, everyone. Also, at the end of this sprint, someone remind me to bring Riley back on screen. Oh, let me go get Riley.
Yes, get Riley. One last hurrah. Yay.
She's scared of heights, so she doesn't like being on my lap when I'm not holding her. But I had to put my headphones back on. You're secure, Riley.
Oh, Zuko.
Zuko is like, I need to be the star.
It's almost lunchtime. Ah.
So this blanket right here, this whole time, Franklin has been under the blanket the entire time. So he's been here. He's just been, and if I move, I hear this, like, he sounds like a cat sometimes. But like that's him growling at me, because if I move or breathe, he's like, no, you're not allowed to do that. You're in my space.
Riley, what are you trying to do? Come on, get comfy. We're almost done.
Aww. Then you go on your adventure.
I know.
That puppy looks.
So how did everyone do?
I wrote 82 words, which is very exciting because I only wrote 400 all of last year. So
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm excited because I'm done. I can't procrastinate anymore though. So now I'm like, well, I guess I have to write something.
But once you get in the groove of it, because it's been so long, like it seems daunting. And then once you get started, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this, you know.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that I've got everything that I rewrote, but it's like I'm basically going through and I'm like, I've kind of written these things already, but I'm redoing it. Jesse, please.
Zuko. Yeah, and I just read that sprint as my reward, so like about 30 pages. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I did more like formatting / editing. And I feel like that sprint flew by.
That one did. Yep.
Like I only edited like 2 pages and it turned into 1 formatted page. I'm like, didn't I do more? And it's like okay.
Like, sure, fine.
Yeah, that one felt really fast.
Yeah. So we are at 11:30. Let's do outros and let everyone get on with the rest of their morning, afternoon, evening, or night.
Okay, so I am Amara Franklin. I am a caffeine addicted single mom. My house is chaotic, as you have seen. I make videos here on YouTube about my writing journey, the books I want to read, and just trying to navigate life with these 2 wild animals that I call children. And I actually now I'm filming my 4th video. So I have 3 videos waiting to be edited that I'm going to work on today. So my channel may look like I haven't updated that in a while. That's just because I have a lot of work to do on the back end.
Been there.
And I'm apparently doing an arm wrestle. So
multitasking.
I have actual
only way
pets.
to live my life.
I have actual animals that I am. My 6-month-old puppy is learning how to play with the cat, Oliver, and then Zuko doesn't want anything to do with her. So Zuko, mama's boy extraordinaire. So I'm Holly. You can find me as Holly Davis everywhere. You can also pre-order A Diamond Bright and Broken, which will be coming out in less than 3 months. But you can pre-order it now and get character art. And then also check out Diversity is Lit, where we read 1 book by a BIPOC author every month. We're reading What the River Knows this month. So there's still time to join in.
Yeah. My name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books. which is publishing Holly, is publishing Chantal, who had to leave after the second to last sprint. Her cover reveal is coming up. We have a book coming out on Tuesday, which is The Storm Gathers by Malin Holiday. If you have any questions for the author, please submit them. I think I've posted the link everywhere on Inimitable social media, except the Ko-fi page and the actual website itself. So I will fix that later today. But it's also in a pinned comment if you're watching on the Inimitable YouTube channel. And yeah, very exciting, lots of things. And I'm also a dog mom of Riley. And she makes appearances every so often. Sometimes I'm streaming from my home and she's not with me. But yeah, so thank you everyone who is here. And I don't remember when I'm streaming again next, but it will be, I think there are 2 more this month. So they're already up on the YouTube channel. And I hope to see you all there. So bye.
Bye.